Welcome to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle, episode 8. We're going to be talking about the beauty of autophagy. Woo! Autophagy is a wonderful and magnificent thing, and boy, if there was an opportunity for me to petition for, apply for, to be the poster child of autophagy, I would be all over that because I feel like I am super proud of my accomplishments with my fasting journey. I love sharing it with you guys to show candidly, raw, real, the actual benefits of autophagy that come from integrating this lifestyle of fasting in some form every day, as I've done. This August will now be 4 years that I have been fasting in some form every single day, consistently showing up for myself, and the benefits of autophagy just keep coming, and I love it, and I want to share all about it with you guys, so stay tuned. Welcome to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle Podcast, where each week I will be discussing all things fasting and how it can become the most valuable tool in your personal toolkit so that you can live a long, healthy, and meaningful life. I'm your host, Vicki Sharon, and thank you for joining me. All right, autophagy is wonderful. Autophagy is this magnificent byproduct of implementing a fasting lifestyle. Autophagy definition, as per the Googles here, is the consumption of the body's own tissue as a metabolic process occurring in, I don't like the verbiage that they use here, in starvation. We're not going to use that. So when your body is in that real fasted state and you've burned all your glycogen stores, food's gone from your stomach, and you're in that extended fast state. You've mastered the intermittent fasting. You're working on flexing that extended fast muscle. So newbies, I wouldn't suggest to go dive into an extended fast until you've become fat adapted, which is something I'm going to talk about in another episode. So seasoned fasters, when you're in that extended fast, even as little as 24, 36, 48, 72, 90, whatever window you're in that extended fast state, the more you can make it a consistent effort to allow your body to tap at those stored fat resources on a regular, consistent basis. Maybe you do an extended fast a few times a week. I know that works for a lot of people, especially women. Once we reach a certain point in our age, we benefit tremendously when we are in that fasted state, allowing, like I said, our body to use those stored fat resources for energy. And it's not just the stored fat sources around your body, because when you've got extra skin left after your body has burned the body fat adipose tissue in certain parts of your body, whether it's your face, shoulders, neck, stomach, all the way down to your ankles and feet, even your feet, for those of you that have lost a significant amount of weight, give me let me know if you've had weight loss in your feet and you've noticed your feet changing in size. That's happened to me. It feels totally bizarre, and you wouldn't think I'm going to lose weight in my feet. That's not my initial intention, but it does happen. That is a real true thing. It does happen. Everything in your body can get leaner. And when you think along this weight loss journey that you're going to be left with, as you see on massive weight loss shows and just, short clip series or whatever of people losing dramatic amounts of weight, I knew coming into this, I had a lot to lose. And yeah, I know that there was some apprehension of oh my gosh, am I going to have these giant flaps of skin? Am I going to have dangling skin as a result afterwards? Because I've seen all the shows. I've seen it widely portrayed as that's the common expectation with anytime there is massive weight loss. And the beauty, again, I'm going to keep mentioning it because it's beautiful. The beauty of autophagy is that your body knows if you have stretched your skin to maximum, to its limits, like when you overfill a balloon, it knows it can shrink and reduce itself back down pretty close. It's by no means, as a side, if you were like me and were almost 400 pounds at 5'11", don't expect that you're going to be looking all lean, trim, Barbie smooth skin. By no means am I like smooth skin perfect, but I am so freaking happy with the way that my body and my contour shape of my body has been able to kind of compensate and go back to where it was before. So I'm extremely happy and extremely proud of all that stuff. So before I show you a little bit, for those of you that are on live here with me today, with autophagy, it allows your body to not only use your stored body fat as energy, but also when those areas are depleted of their body fat, your body can say, okay, well, there's these all these extra skin cells that we can also consume and use as fuel when you're in that extended fast state. And as a result, these skin cells tighten back up. Your body can use, if there's sick, damaged cells, when you're in that fasted state, your body's like, oh, hey, there's an old cluster of cells over here that aren't doing anything, and we need to burn energy because there's no food, there's nothing in the stomach. Let's convert that and let's use it for fuel. And again, the skin will just drastically, over time, it's not an immediate change, guys. Over time, it can progressively tighten up and kind of come inward. I am extremely proud of the results that I've gotten. As I've said before, my arms, I'm going to kind of go through really loosely here without going into it too much. So my barometer for myself for pretty much my entire life, because I was obese for my entire adulthood, my arms used to be massive, and my barometer, my measurement, was the width of my hand. So I would take my hand like this and spread my fingers out really, really wide, and the tip of my pinky to the tip of my thumb was honestly where the width was. And as you can see here, guys that are on Facebook Live, so it's not even a fraction. Like it's so much smaller than that now. And that was a pretty close barometer to the way that I kind of measured the width and thickness of my legs as well. And so obviously that does come down. I know there are a lot of people that are concerned about like the extra skin that can hang from your arms and hang from other parts of your body. Again, the more you allow yourself to be in that extended fasted state more often, again, if you are able to make it a habit where maybe you can extend fast once a month, every other week, every week, if that's what part of your routine is, you can absolutely minimize the size of the excess skin that you've got on there. So just to try to show you guys here, when I flex my arm like this, there's a little bit there. Honestly, does it bother me? No, I could care less, because I know how hard I've worked and what this visual, tangible change is. The feeling that I can physically fit into a size small shirt is incredible, and I've never even hoped or expected this in the beginning of my journey. When I initially started, I was a size double extra large, and my bottoms were, sometimes they were a 22, sometimes they were 24, and my highest, I remember, I was a 26, 28. And the size pants that I'm wearing right now, again, this is a size I've never been at ever before in my adult life, ever. A size 10. I thought in my mind, the realistic size that would be my end size would be like a size 12, which obviously is too big for me, so I'm in a size 10. So many changes besides just the extra skin and the tightening up happen as a result as well with this process of autophagy. So yes, you've got the skin tightening up. Yes, your body's able to tap at those body fat stores to burn your body weight that's there. Your body is shedding the weight. Things are starting to tighten up a little bit. Again, don't expect perfection, because especially if you've stretched your skin out to maximum capacity with the amount of weight that you were initially carrying, as you start to shed the weight, yes, it's going to come in. There's probably going to start to be a little bit of saggy skin and, in different parts of your body. Honestly, find ways to relish and just really enjoy the total experience that can provide and what that means to you. If you go and look at this experience and seeing the skin that's left over and you beat yourself up over it, there's deeper things that need to be kind of fixed and chipped away at that. When you're looking at the skin that's left over, again, it's going to be small the more you are accessing autophagy. Look at your skin and just appreciate what your body is doing for you. The magnificence and, again, beauty of autophagy, that your body knows how to balance this stuff out. It knows how to counteract and use the fuel sources of various kinds with your body fat tissue, your extra skin cells that are dead, sick, unused, that are just hanging out in different parts of your body. Appreciate, show your body some gratitude for that. Looking in the mirror and just being like, I'm doing this. This is happening because of the deliberate choices that I made, the practices I continue to do. Each day I get into this, whether intermittent or extended fast. How beautiful this process is and how magnificent and innately intelligent our bodies are, that it knows to do this. If we get out of our own way and just allow our bodies to do this, this is magnificent. This is beautiful. This is like, one of my favorite things about fasting. There's so many things, but I absolutely love this. So yes, your skin will tighten up. It's not going to be perfect back to, maybe as you were a teen or 20, 30 something. If you were in shape and in beautiful, smooth skin, perfect form in your 20s and 30s, and you're expecting to go back to that, that's not really realistic, especially if you have 50, 60, 70 or more pounds that you're needing to shed. The skin may not go back to that same elasticity. So that's where you got to practice that mindful kind of appreciation and gratitude for the body that you've got and the processes that it knows to tap into when we're in those fasted states. It's really, really important before you're even into that point of accessing autophagy that you know and appreciate, understand with being fat adapted. I've talked about this a little bit before, and I'm going to briefly touch upon it right now. I could probably do a whole episode on it if I wanted to, but being fat adapted essentially just means that you have flexed that habitual intermittent fasting muscle and habit for at least a month. I would say at least anywhere from a month, month and a half. If you can stretch it before you do your first extended fast, if you can push up to 2 months, that's going to be fantastic. And honestly, your body's going to be able to make that switch so much quicker and easier, seamlessly, than if you were to, just do an intermittent fast like I did for the first 2 weeks and to think, okay, I did intermittent fasting 16-8 for 2 weeks. Let's go right into an extended fast. Man, you're going to fall on your face. Not literally, but it's going to be tough to muster through and to stick with it. There's so many other things that have to restore balance inside your body before you're even able to reach that point to allow your body to access autophagy. So becoming fat adapted, I feel, is essential. And again, if you have any information that you need to kind of curtail your initial, methodology with implementing that intermittent fasting, check out the previous episodes. But it's super important to become fat adapted because it's only going to make your journey all the more stronger. It's going to make it easier for you to stay on those daily intermittent fasts. It's going to make it easier to switch into those longer extended fasts where that your body is using the stored fat and unused, damaged cells that, like I said, it can absolutely use those cells for fuel. One of the other things, in addition to your skin quality and your skin elasticity bouncing back visually, very much so, you're going to notice skin imperfections start to kind of heal and clear themselves up as well. Again, it's not going to be 100% totally perfect, but as a kind of anecdote example, for anybody that has, and apologize, TMI warning, anybody that has those plantar's warts or warts on your feet specifically, I had them in different parts on my foot that were there for many years. And I thought it was just something that I had to just, sanitize and keep clean and kind of rectify on my own. But with flexing that daily intermittent fast and going into autophagy as often as I could on a regular basis, one day I looked down at my foot and it was almost gone. And I'm thinking, how the heck did I do this? Oh, duh, autophagy. Because again, if you think about it, those cells within the plantar's wart or whatever other kind of, dermatological disorder that you've got going on your skin, it can be balanced out because, again, your body knows exactly what it needs to do. If there's an imbalance or a buildup of sick or, damaged cells somewhere in your body, if you get out of your own way and stop putting, food in your belly from sun up to sundown, your body is like, okay, where should we start first? Like, we got a house to clean up, as in your body. Where do we start first? What's the most dire place that we got to start first? And it'll do that. It'll absolutely do that. Again, if we get out of our own way. So the skin elasticity can change. I have noticed significant increase. And if my stylist is watching this too, girl, you would probably attest to it too. I've done other weight loss methods in the past. I've been a weight loss coach for a program called Ideal Protein that was ketogenically based. And I know the way that my hair quality and thickness and everything was when I was doing that ketogenic weight loss method. If you've done keto, you may have experienced traumatic hair loss where you're in the shower and clumps of hair are coming out. If that's you, I know exactly what that feels like. In the shower in tears to see clumps of hair coming out. That doesn't happen with fasting because of the hormone stabilization that takes place. That your body knows how to use its reserves accordingly and responsibly and to help, again, restoring the balance. And that's all because of when you're in that state of autophagy. With the hormones balancing out, your hair gets stronger, thicker, nails grow so much quicker, longer, stronger than they would have if you were just eating from sunup to sundown, overly counting calories, overly restricting your dietary choices, stressing yourself out, all in between there. That does not sound like a good time. It doesn't sound like a very successful weight loss journey, at least to me. So again, that's why fasting was very common sense and just able to be integrated seamlessly into my life. So there are some very minor kind of side effects that newly stepping into accessing autophagy, they can happen. Again, the more you step into these feelings, sensations, and the body's ability to access that state of autophagy, it's going to become easier and easier to manage. I know personally, first accessing autophagy the first few times, there was some mood feelings of maybe feeling like super reactive, maybe feeling like you wanted to cry at everything. Again, if you don't realize this or know this as a side already, your hormones throughout your entire body, you have an incredibly, very fine-tuned and very delicate to imbalances hormonally driven system that runs, regulates, that's in charge of the show. As much as we think consciously, okay, this is my body, I'm in charge, whatever, your hormones from head to toe is in charge. They run and manage the entire show, and smallest little imbalance can cause your danger Will Robinson kind of signs and signals throughout your body that can surface as like mood changes. You can have times where you're really detoxing through your skin because one of the things that we remember learning in elementary school is the body's largest organ is your skin, and your skin has to get out the gunk when it has an opportunity to. And again, that's accessing autophagy. There will be some, detoxing through the skin that way. What's the same for everybody? Probably not. But again, this is something that I've experienced and I've read about tremendously. So these things can absolutely happen. Again, we need to understand that the body knows how to counter those imbalances once we step out of our own way and stop the incessant eating from sunup to sundown and accessing autophagy within those, again, extended fasts as often as you can, you're going to see incredible benefits. Dietary fats, as I've said before, when you're in that extended fast state, for example, I had utilized, and I want to say it's like 500 calories. Again, I don't count calories or obsess about them. This was just kind of like a random fact that I remember hearing along the way. when you're in that extended fast state, and maybe it's the first few times that you're allowing your body to fully reap the benefits of being in that extended fast, remembering that you still need to consume water. If you don't already, I would highly advocate getting maybe a recommendation from your doctor or, licensed medical professional. What's going to be the best choice for a multivitamin for you if you need one, if you have to take additional supplements or medications for whatever condition that you've got going on. Please do not stop your medicines or medications. Always want to consult with your doctor to be sure, as I've said many times before, and I have it as a disclaimer at the end that I'm not a medical professional yet, so definitely want to make sure you're checking in with your medical professional. But when you're in that fully ramped up stage of autophagy, as you get accustomed to it, and even like a seasoned faster in an extended fast, there may be times where you're just thinking, oh my gosh, I just need just a little something. If that ever comes up or crosses your mind, and don't use it as a vice to have it, this little, small little bit of food, and then to go off the deep end and then cause into a binge. The dietary fats, as I talked about in my previous episode 7 about what and how I should eat, things that have helped me, even small little bites of stuff to sustain that longer extended fast, would be things like a piece of cheese, like a little wedge of cheese, a small little handful of nuts, maybe a spoonful of really good peanut butter. Try not to get one that has like sugars and stuff if you have a locally made peanut butter. Like the Nutty Peanut by chance, if you're in Central Florida, definitely check them out. Any kind of really good dietary fat in a very, very small serving, again, will help to kind of mitigate any of those feelings of like, whoa, no, I'm not feeling all that great, or I feel like I need to have something if you're in a really long kind of extended fast. It's not something I would advocate to have every single day, but if you're in like dire straits, or for example, that would be a great choice to kind of help you go the distance, so to speak. Kind of like one of those marathon runners, if they just need that little little jolt just to keep going. You can absolutely do it with that. I did it many, many times, usually with like a spoonful of almond butter or a handful of like cashews or whatever. So I think it's super, super important to remember that, as I've said many times before, your body knows how to keep and restore its balance. When we tilt the behavioral, dietary eating lifestyle too far in one direction, again, if we think we have to go super strict in our eating choices, super strict in our workout regimen and everything, it doesn't become sustainable. It makes it feel like it's a chore. It's not something that we look forward to or thrive on. With fasting and knowing the benefits really of what, not just implementing a fasting lifestyle, but knowing as a byproduct that this beautiful, beautiful thing, again, beautiful autophagy, can happen once we get out of our own way behaviorally. It's magnificent. I love the way that my stomach looks now. I used to have this massive spare tire all the way around me, and I have shared my picture online on my website about how flat it is now, and never in my wildest freaking dreams would I have imagined that my stomach would be at all even relatively close to the way that it looks right now. So, as I mentioned before, having that attitude of gratitude for your body, knowing innately without deliberate action or choice, just again, getting out of our own way, realizing your body knows how to balance those imbalances. If there's excess body weight on your body, work up over time, giving yourself time to work up, to become fat adapted, so we can get to that point to access and really, really reap the benefits and the whole experience of how beautiful it can be to fully see the benefits of autophagy within our bodies, because it is truly a beautiful thing that just so many people don't realize that our body has this balancing ability to do it. And we can all do it. Every single one of us. If you have body weight to lose, if you're thinking you're going to be left with flaps of skin all over your body, you can access autophagy when you're working up to there. You can become fat adapted. and easily, again, the way that I kind of describe being fat adapted is, when you the movie Titanic, when Jack and Rose are at the tip of at the bow of the ship, and she's like, "Oh, I'm flying." That's what I feel like once I hit that level of fat adaptation, which basically just is a quicker switch from being a glucose sugar burner, the food in your stomach, to whoop, body fat burning. And your body knows exactly when and how to make that switch. Again, when we get out of our own way and we stop eating all day from sun up to sundown, we got to knock that off. Especially if you're wanting to have concentrated weight loss efforts. You can fix your mess. You don't have to stay a before, okay? I firmly believe this, and I mean this with every single beautiful autophagy affected cell in my body. You like how I did that? You can absolutely do this. You can absolutely be an after. I want this for everybody that wants it for themselves. And is it going to be easy the whole way? No. But I promise you it's going to be worth it when you show up for yourself every single day, because your life is beautiful and it's worth it. If you want to spend your life in misery and agony and just commiserating about how bad your life and circumstance is, you can do that. It's miserable. And it's a dark, dark, messy place. And I've been there. And I don't want that for folks that truly, deep down with every thought and feeling that they've got, if you don't want to stay there, you don't have to stay there. You can be an after. You can fix the mess that is going on in your body. If you feel like you're a mess, you can fix it. If you feel like everything's erratic and out of control with your dietary choices, you can fix it. If you're alive, if you're listening to this and you can hear me and, see that I'm saying this to you, you can fix your mess. There's still time. If you're alive, there's still time, guys. So don't take any of the days for granted. You can fix your mess. You can be an after, because I believe in you. I truly believe in every single one of you, okay? I believe in you even if you don't. So I'm going to give you guys a big virtual hug here over podcast and Facebook Live for folks that are watching. I greatly appreciate everybody being a part of this beautiful community. I love sharing and seeing additional before and after photos in the groups that I'm in. It's such a beautiful process when we allow our body to really balance out and fix the choices and behaviors that haven't served us in the past. We don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay there. You can be an after. I'm telling you, you can. You absolutely can. It's going to be, it has the tendency to be messy, but love the process. Love it. Love knowing that every deliberate active step that you are taking is going to be something that's going to benefit you in your future. That you are walking in the right direction. Success is going to look different for everybody. What journey that I had is not going to look the same for everybody else. And that's totally okay. Trust the process. We know fasting works. We know autophagy works. It's just a matter of implementing it and staying consistent and loving the journey throughout the good days and the bad. Okay, guys? Another big hug to you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, I believe in you, even if you don't. All right? Bye. The Fasting Focused Lifestyle, copyright 2021 by Vicki Sharon. The information given within this podcast is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor before starting any weight loss method. Thank you.